we can do some more astrology because I realize, we have the Mars square coming up, and that happens because Mars goes into Taurus and it squares whatever goes into Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and we all know Aquarius is going through hell with Pluto there. See, those signs are experiencing stress from Pluto. Yeah, it's very difficult time to have Pluto squaring your planets. But the conjunction and the opposition is arguably more profound in achieving transformation for the person. The squares are kind of blindsided hard lessons that whether or not we learn them is another story, but it does change us, right? But the conjunctions and the oppositions, I would say that that's like an infusion, and we're talking about, especially with the conjunction, we're talking about like an infusion and understanding after that season. It goes slow, but it's complete and total transformation, if not like, I don't want to say unalived, but you know how that maybe some see because Pluto rules Scorpio, and that's the sign that rules death, Halloween. Anyway, that's what's going through humanity right now is going through Aquarius, and Aquarius so is being challenged by this Pluto. It's like the Grim Reaper going through and testing humanitarian um, issues like the truth really is just bringing it up and saying, can you handle it? And whatever can't handle it is just going to fall over and need therapy. And that's just the way it's going to continue to go for the next 20 years, folks, especially with Uranus in Gemini doing a trine to it. And then I was trying to talk about how there's squares, but it's other than that, there's a possibility to experience a very amazing time in our lives. See, there's where I'm going to mention again Libra. Libra is a key player down to the moon or just the rising sign that clicks into Libra every single day, trining, causing a grand trine between Uranus, Pluto, and Libra. It's going to be happening. It's kind of just to think that the opportunity there, that it has to do with our communications and the truth. And then see, Libra is apt to make a cool song about it. That's pretty much it. It's just say, excuse me, I don't have to say anything. I could sing a song though, and the kids will be like, huh, like memorizing it. Who knows? A lot of people that do listen to the songs from the 60s, like nowadays, they're up there in their 60s, probably grooving to these songs, and they don't know. Anyway, I have to make that point. Look how cute we've got her again. As a podcast, she's touching boom. Oh, well, she's been through a lot. Yeah, she's doing heats. Yeah, no heat. She's such a good girl. Mm. And you boop. It's about moving and line. Here we go. And she does a bang, so not really. No, we don't do that. She don't know. She don't know. Oh, oh, there's several things. She would like to go outside. Mm. But I'm not letting her outside. She's okay. She has her food. She has her food. She does. She has her food. She has her food. Yeah, she does. Yeah. So I just wanted to talk about how, yeah, Mars is going to start squaring Pluto. It's on the 22nd, 21st and 22nd, and I'm pretty sure that we've been already stressed out to the max with the sun entering into Taurus, and see, I couldn't even talk about it, right? And then we had, just at the beginning here, we're coming off of a square, Mercury, Pluto. And the thing about the Mercury Pluto square, for me, I'm Pluto ruled, and if the Mercury is squaring, it's most likely there isn't enough communications that is communicating about the depth of things. When there's a Mercury square Pluto, it's a is it a square? Yeah. No, that means somebody is denying communications about the truth. That after a while, me and Plutonian people see this is what we're dealing with right now, in the sky. See, this is May 5th, and I've made 4 videos in this shirt, and I'm going to put this way up ahead, and it's getting near, like if it's the 18th or more like the 22nd, that's when we have Mercury conjuncting Uranus, and at the same time, see, that's when we're coming onto a Mars-Pluto square, and that's pretty erratic. You know, that's kind of gnarly. There's a lot of energy there that can pop off with the Mercury-Uranus conjunction and the Mars-Pluto square. Yeah, just to put that simply. And lo and behold, we have the Sun that will be performing a conjunction with Uranus around about the 22nd. See, that's when the Pluto-Mars gets more exact. And that's just, I hate to say it, but the Pluto-Mars square, that's a sign of like war, like some kind of escalation. But now with Mars being in Taurus, it's looking like the possibility of money wars, something going on with our money. Yeah, I kind of already talked about it, and pardon the way my cat's meowing away over here. Um, I did. I kind of already talked about how that since we've had these squares with like 1-2 punch with the Pluto and all the Taurus, we're looking at just it's kind of rearing up out there where um, people are being this. They kind of catch on to how to be the government, which is highly manipulative, sucking people's energy. It really will start to explain this more and more. It's like the microcosm is very much the macro also, but now you're living with it under your roof. If you're not lucky, you have a manipulator there that has your nervous system caught in a dystopian like nightmare of fearing some deadline, right? Or mainly, well, maybe just even fearing for your entire life, being subdued somehow. I don't know. You know, people are making money off of that in their households. I hate to talk about it, but you get the feeling that that's the perfect incubation from, what is it, Tartaria? I don't know. Keep people busy like this is to, God, I hate to talk about it and sound like this, but um, just people giving birth to like Down syndrome or very severely handicapped people, and then now they're having to take care of them like they're taking care of an invalid person. They get paid like $2,000 a month or more, and so it pays for them to live that way. That it just I don't know. I feel so bad for everybody right there. I kind of don't mention that when I start mentioning the condition of the human condition, and I kind of talk about it, and it's upsetting, you know. And for the most part, I feel for everybody. To tell you the truth, it's just oh, it's gut wrenching, right? And I don't like being around people that can't like get out of their fucking ego and just see themselves and whoever it is that they're looking at. Did you know that you're all in the same boat? Better watch out, because the best thing that can happen for you in this lifetime is that you're shown that personally. Tables turned. So shut the fuck up and start doing right. Just even in your mind. In your mind, catch yourself. Really, nobody has a right to judge anybody, especially the judge thing. I didn't just say put away all of your ability to discern and turn off your faculties. No, and watch out for those dangerous people too. Look at how cute this cat is. This cat is so darn cute. There's nothing much I can do about it right now, but there she is. Whoops. whoever thinks I'm cute, send a happy face and, of course, money. In cute we trust. I want to make this a longer video. I was trying to talk about, in the beginning, I was trying to tell you, oh, we were doing some serious astrology. And so what we'll be experiencing a lot of this is like, okay, so the Pluto in Aquarius sets off all of the fixed squares. Taurus, we're always going to see this question about money. And to me, it's like, okay, fine. I know that we can get on the same page and create sanctuary through a language, especially at communications devices, that I talked about on my last video. What do you think? Can cause an algorithmic play that says, nope, we see the same darn thing. What is that, Shauna? What is it that we all see? Outer space, the final frontier. How do you know? Prove it. Well, in this video, particularly I have a camera that shows that I have a Jabberwocky that lives in this particular side of the universe. Look at this thing. Bender. Oh, this is some unbelievable. Oh, she's so wonderful. She's so great. She doesn't want to be exploited in any way, shape, or form. Thanks for listening, and thank you, Kim Cast, for the most generous donation. You're so very kind. It shocks me when that happens. Would love to do your astrology right here online, and just automatically, thinking about what we just went through with Neptune, right? You went through that too, and now I'll be sure to look at that. So anyway, what can we do, But we do that, and it's enough. I think I'm being enough, I think I'm doing enough as far as just slathering it on, and trying to keep up. See, boy, the astrology is rough whenever we go through it the first time here. See, we do have this conjunctions that's going to happen with Uranus after everything gets out of Taurus. Okay, so we experienced a really quick Venus conjunct Uranus in Gemini, which was, sorry, at the end of April. It's happening really quick, and it's kind of like a 1-2 punch right there. But the main thing to know and to really realize is, well, there's this strange thing that goes on from the 17th to the 21st with the Mercury conjunct Uranus and Mars square Pluto. That's a trippy thing. And then we have Sun that's going to conjunct Uranus too, right in the middle of it all. It's so weird. So this is like a resetting. I see that there's a reset with the Sun enveloping all of this energy that the Mercury will be, and Uranus. It's going Kazemi is what it's called. Yeah, and see, Mercury is going Kazemi. It pretty much kind of, pardon me, well, yeah, it's right there, gone, and behind the Sun. So is Uranus, and I think they're visiting the Pleiades constellation or something like that. But anyway, so it's just meditation time now for me. I'll get more and more into what I believe I need to do is meditate. I have a trajectory that I'm looking at with some things I need to get through this month, and so again, I really appreciate your donation and concern. I tried to talk about some of the stuff I was going through. The way I don't know, I just see that I'm being upfront and honest with whoever it is I need to in order to really get a better connection or a disconnection. It really depends, right, on how the people are able to meet me and why. I haven't been very public at all. I think it's interesting that, well, I think it's important that I keep this in mind, and I don't see it as a problem. I'm actually a very sociable person. I see the worst that would ever happen is that I'm excited about seeing anybody and everybody, right? Right, that's a problem. You know, you want to curb your energy and not be so excited and naive about people. But no, I have a handle on that. It, it's not isolated incident in that we just had Uranus move away from Taurus, and then we have this trines that we're going to be working with, and the squares too. That no, I'm not an isolated incident. Humanity itself is starting to like get the crusty off, and start to tune up their fucking vocal cords or whatever they need to tune up in order to start meeting each other. Just like I was saying, it's like, are they going to meet me? I'm going to meet them. What do you mean meet? Literally, like, hey, how are you doing? You know, what's going on here? Like questioning and then talking and having a back and forth is going to come up again, friends. Woo! We kind of forgot what that was like on a high-minded level too. The high-minded back and forth that computerization is sparking in all of us. I mean, gosh. So yes, no. The truth is yes. When Uranus was in Taurus, if you don't know by now, I'm repeating it again. It was totally subdued, man. We were masked, and of course, no, it was like, let's get your sound cancelers on now, so we just can't hear anybody screaming mercy on the over there. Just forget it. Okay, pardon me. I'm not used to that. I would rather try to save somebody and solve the fucking problem. You know what I'm talking about, anyway. Okay, never mind. No, it's not a never mind, babes. See, what we see here is just God, you know, and the trippy thing. Okay, so sorry, I didn't say much there. I know I understand that. So we have Venus sneaking right into Cancer at on the 20th, which is really trippy. Oh man, because the woman, the feminine side, is getting very, very sensitive and going to start feeling all of this energy of the Mercury conjunct Uranus and then the Pluto square Mars, which I say, whew, somebody is going to be electrified. Like, I hate to say it, but they're going to like, oops, somebody used too much electromagnetic weaponry on that part of the world or something. You know, we're going to see some kind of weird thing go on. I don't want to predict it like that, but no, it could be with our money. Yeah, because Mars going into Taurus, that's somebody who builds up a lot of money, and that's a warlord right there. Yeah, that's somebody who knows how to use their resources to build up a regime, or to destroy or something. And so we know that that's possible with it because it seemed to be geared up to do that kind of thing like a machine. So hopefully we don't get too carried away in that kind of thing. But yeah, middle of this month, by from the 18th to the 22nd, woo, very, very heated up with money, electrical. Watch out. We could see something horrible happen, and I didn't make it happen. Um, okay, thank you. Whoops, what happened? Pardon me while I just. All right, yeah, I get to get my chickens some extra little salad. Um, I should go and get that now. Oh, all right, sorry about that. Thank God for editing, right? Yeah, I make sure I edit it, and sometimes. there was some hiccuping going on, I think, with his Pluto squares that I forgot to mention, right? It's just very difficult. I can't believe what we're navigating as far as the monetary situation, like how stupid it really is, and how we need to change it by way of becoming more serious about our advancement as see evolution. Yeah, it would be like in God we trust, but it's more like in love we trust. It's the same thing, right? So getting back to the subject matter of Libra, how I'm detecting how people are not taking Libra as seriously as it really is now. Okay, so I am gathering, like we've always heard, is that of course your love life, um, if it's booming and doing good, then your monetary should be doing good too, right? Have you ever heard of that, right? I mean, if you have that all aligned, then it's all aligned. Pardon my cat. She's going to talk about it. Um, so that there's something that's going to keep downloading that I'm jumping ahead and trying to talk about it. The vibration of Libra and what it's going to do for us each time it starts to trine the Uranus and Pluto. Sorry, my cat is wanting to mate in the alley, I guess, and there's no alley, and there's anyway. So Libra is Saturn ruled, believe it or not, and it's Venus ruled. It's known to be Saturn co-ruler and Venus ruled, and it's masculine. It's the scales, and so it's weighing valuables like money and stuff. The balance, babes. When you talk about balance, we're talking about money. That's what Libra is. See, Libra. Oh my God, I was trying to talk about this like years ago, and it's coming up now. That Libra, the infiltration of it, how it's going to start boiling up. Like we've got to look at this. Can we handle this? Handle what, Shauna? Handle AI. Handle your own intellectual property, like your own algorithms. See, uh, did you know that love? Sorry, but I've got to do this. And consciousness. See, consciousness, love, the algorithm. Did you know that that it's a self-organizer just like AI? Did you know that AI is a synthesized form of what love knows how to do, which is essential work only kind of a thing, believe it or not? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just, that's why it's so versatile. See, that's Libra. See, that thing there, it makes sense to me that it's sitting, I'm gonna fucking stay like this all the whole way. Very different vibrational frequency, this particular video it's turning into. Because we're talking about Libra, we're talking about balancing out the financing through, okay, of course, conversation, Gemini, about what Aquarius says we have some truth issues to deal with. And Pluto says, damn right, I'm not leaving here until this shit is fucking exposed. That's for 20 years. So, but of course, see, and we look at the way that Taurus is saying, well, yeah, I do control people with my resources. Of course I do. I'm a damned animal trainer. I use the corral, and I'm got the cattle crawl going. Look at the 605 freeway at 5 p.m. every day. Ah, pulsating with it. Everybody is under control. Just fine. Epstein file, move that out of the way. Tartaria, yes. And legal. It's all legal. Why? Because they put it right in front of your face. I'm going to keep doing this. You don't know how difficult it is. So getting back to Libra and how weird they are. They will do this. I can still play the saxophone. Well, that's very important to be musical. That's your real math right there. That's the real equation. Like, come on, man. Did you take it to the top? Did you make it just peak out? You know, Aquarius and Gemini and Libra play music really well together. That's them. I wouldn't doubt if you look at the Led Zeppelin or any of the trios that were up there that, sorry, the kids love me though. that there was a Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra out there just jamming away, man. Most likely the Libra was too strung out. The Libras get imbalanced because of what? Why? Well, their genre, who they are, doesn't even exist. Love. They used to say, I love. Well, nah. God, love. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so that has to come up and be reborn, and it has been already. It says, I balance. It's like, excuse me, I balance. By the way, how, why, love, God, I, on. Oh, enough. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Libra's going to come up and say, I'm the self-organizer, babe. Excuse me, that wasn't even good music. That wasn't Mary Had a Little Lamb. And the real thing is unquestionable. You can't fool the kids. At the very least, let the kids lead the way because that's the way it is nowadays. The real stuff, though, the real thing. See, it's weird because a kid has to get through all the egos around them to finally just be who they came here to be, which is the same as anybody else. But really, it's like, no, not everybody else can do that. Look, this one here has a ton of talk about a trine with the air and then maybe a lot of Libra. Well, they were born musicians, you know what I mean? And it's oh my God. Getting into the subject matter of how that the population does not do astrology, so they have no idea like what anybody should be doing or anything. They really, it's so weird. It is the most ridiculous. If you just knew how stupid it was, then you would turn on the video and make a channel and say, God, holy shit, I am not trying to pose being a fucking goody two shoe. Can you help me? Holy fuck! I was ripped off and so are you, most likely. Somebody over here, look at this person and put my video up there. They said there's an interfacing system that can help us get $333 trillion. And all I know is that I know how to say it like that because she says it constantly like that. $333 trillion. Yes, the $333 trillion. We don't even know what we're saying, but we holla. This is $333 trillion. Babes, by the time we get the money, who cares? It's like this. It's like this. I'm shaving a haircut 5 cents. Take a rest. Take a break. Heel. Heel toe if you want. Fuck yeah, man. Climb that mountain. We'll make people do the weirdest thing, like for money. Yeah, because that's what money can do for you. It's a big, great programmer. Everybody's like strung out. And food is a big trainer. Junk food. It's gotten so weird. In the United States here, how do you like this video? Here in Southern California, ooh, did I talk about the just the look of it? And I was like, oh man, that's cool. I'm fine. I'm doing the right thing. Have a good day.